Okay, so the next thing that we wanted to probably have a look at would be the UV unwrapping, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice, fun, easy topic, huh?
The saddest part.
I'm trying to think which one we should open.
You should open a cube.
Oh, okay. Let's just not do it with that character to begin with. That's a good idea. Okay, I will do a cube. Can I add more to the cube?
First, just go to edit mode.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you can go to UV editing because Blender automatically unwraps their basic objects, primitives.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So you can see it properly unwraps that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's try something, all right? Press 2 and go to edge mode.
Yeah.
And select all the top facing edges. Yeah. And right click, or yeah, you can see it. Okay,
yeah. So you get to right
click. Mark seam.
Try and find that mark seam.
Yeah. Select all now. And UV, go to UV on top. Yeah, in the menus, and unwrap. So it separated that face from the rest of the object, right?
Okay.
And it tried to keep the rest of the object as a single entity in the unwrap. And it looks awful, of course.
It looks, yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah. So now that you have everything selected, press right click again and mark everything. Mark seam.
Okay.
Okay, and unwrap it again with the new seams.
Okay.
So you have all the faces separated from each other. So actually in the UV scene, select one of the vertices. You can select different vertices on the left side of, yeah. Select one and then press L.
Oh, did it do it over what I was pressing the L? Yeah.
Can you select only one vertex?
Oh, sorry, not an edge. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
L. Yeah, and move it with G.
Right.
As you can see, they're not connected.
Right. Okay. So yeah, this is three vertices here then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now let's clear all the seams.
Okay. So right click, clear seam.
Yeah, the shortcut is U, but I also want him to see use the UV menu.
Okay, and then do we do the new unwrap again?
Yes, you can. Yeah, it will automatically unwrap it.
Okay, so it seems to have done that.
And now you have to select all the... Is it selected?
I didn't give any seams though. I think we did with clear seams.
Yes. Let's have new seams, but don't seam everything. Like now, let's try to imagine how we should seam it to get the result we saw when we first opened the project and checked the UV editing.
Yeah.
The dice unwrapping.
Yeah. So I remember roughly how that looked. It was bigger than this, but it was like, yeah, it was like a cross basically, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't particularly know what the seams are doing.
For like 1 or 2 minutes, try some seaming, like.
Okay, so it's seam the bits that aren't connected, but we're joining bits together. Is that kind of what you... Hey, Manva, nice to see you, dude. Yeah, the problem is I don't really know what seaming is in this.
Okay, let's try some stuff. Okay, let's try only the vertical ones vertical edges.
Okay.
Seeing those ones and see what's happening. So you're gonna cut that object from those points.
I don't see anything.
So you have to select all to unwrap. You can individually unwrap faces.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is your result because like you cut the object from those places, but you cannot unwrap it, right?
Because it's still connected.
They're still connected.
Okay. So it's saying, how do you want to cut up the object?
Go and select one of the top objects. Yes, select
like
one
that.
and try it again. Select all and unwrap. Unwrap.
Okay.
Okay. We have. They are now connected. Still connected.
So the where we put a seam is where we cut it, but also.
Can you also do the symmetrical version of this one on that object, this seam?
How was the sim? Oh, sorry. You mean this one? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've basically done it. You can chop it once here, and then this bit flows all the way down and round to the opposite side, right? Whereas these bits flap from underneath.
Definitely.
So this bit is like flat, all connected along here. Okay, so the seams are the bit, but you generally don't want. You wouldn't want two things free flowing onto this, because. Sorry, my language here is not explaining it very well. But I'm seeing this as like one piece of folded paper rather than cut paper, and you wouldn't want two bits of fold coming onto one piece. If there's an angle, well, at times you would, I guess, but
it's just like in real life. How would you cut a box into that shape? It works exactly like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's simple on this cube. Maybe even we struggle a little bit on this cube.
Yeah.
But it gets even more complex on a character or a car. So I remember I made you select the vertex on the UV and press L. Now when you do that, they're all connected, right?
Yes, okay. Yeah. So is that what you want as well then?
Yes, of course. In this, I mean, you could go for a different approach. Like, let's go back to the version that we had seams all around the cube. So let's go seam everything. And unwrap it again. Okay, now imagine we have a palette texture. Okay, we have like 16 colors or like 6 colors, and we want to optimize the game. So we want to like unwrap our characters like this, and then go select a face on the UV, scale it down and down and down, have it super small, and place it inside the color in the palette. So that way you can like optimize and use the same texture over all the materials or objects in your game. Yes. Yes, first S. Yes, that's it. Yeah, okay, so you get that one. Okay. Yes, you can overlap those and have the same texture on those faces. Okay. Let's keep. Okay, let's undo and keep the separated structure. And you see a new button in the UV view. Well, we can change that later. It's not important. Let's keep it as is. And click the new button.
Thank you, Uno. Sorry, I'd muted my mic.
All right. It was only me they were hearing?
Only for the last 30 seconds or so.
30. Okay, new button. Yes, there. So, yeah, let's name it. I don't know what to name it.
What is it, a texture or a UV map?
Yeah, it's a texture.
Okay.
Test texture, and you see that it says blank. We don't need the alpha, by the way. So let's select either UV grid or color grid. Both are fine. Actually, let's go UV grid. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen this sort of thing before.
Yeah. So on the right side in the inspector tabs, the last one, the material one. Can you go to on the very right? So it says base color, and there's a circle on the right. Can you click that one and select image texture? Okay. Open. No, not open. Yes, selected. Yeah, all right. Lovely. And now we need to change the render mode. Yeah, on the right side of the right hand side view. Yes. Top right. Second one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, again, select one of the faces on the left side. And move it.
But I need to know which one it is, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's just do this one, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I see. I'll read whatever's underneath.
Let's try to scale it down now. Where you will lose resolution.
Okay, right? Yeah.
And okay, I think you understood some parts of it, the basics of it.
It's interesting as well because the way it's been folded left and right is actually moving it up and down.
Yes.
That gets confusing too. Yeah. Okay.
Let's. You can also rotate them in the UV, and that's why.
It really isn't important, but.
Whatever. We will.
There we go. That's fine. It's perfect now.
Okay. There's this thing called Smart UV Unwrapping, which automatically unwraps. Usually, it doesn't work properly, but if you're gonna texture paint on Blender, you can get away with it maybe. So go to the right hand side. Yes, that view. And select all and Smart UV Unwrapping. Yeah, UV project. Yeah, maybe have some 0.03 island margin. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Can you see the little arrow on top right, next to the magnify icon, but on the UV window? Yeah, move it, drag it. Okay. It says tool next to it on the right side tabs. It wasn't tool. Sorry, view, and overlays. Stretching. So they are perfect right now, and with Smart UV project, you usually get some borked UVs. For example, just scale down one of the meshes, say faces. And okay, I don't know why it doesn't work, but it usually changes the color of that face. Maybe they're not. It's because they're not connected. Okay, and it says that it's not matching the resolution of the rest of the
okay.
object. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can switch back to our character and try to UV.
Okay.
You're not ready for it?
It's fine, mate. Always ready. Easy. So we're gonna just save a quick copy. This is pre UV. Okay, and I'll carry on working on this main one then. Okay, sweet. So if we remember the steps from before, we go to UV editing, and we'd need to mark the seams on how we want this to work. So, oh, I can't go into edit mode, it seems. There we go. So, here's a bunch of vertices. Hey, how you doing, Gallic? There's also other unwrapping projections which I find useful. Do you want to try and say why or in which ways?
Yes, for example, I'll go to front view. Okay. And don't select everything, but like with a rectangular selection, select only what you see on this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And you. And project from view. So you only have the faces you see in this view.
Right, okay, that's quite good.
So if you go select another face that you don't see here, rotate it, yeah. They're just not unwrapped yet.
Right, okay.
You can use different wrappings together, wrapping techniques.
Oh gosh.
That way you'd override some of the faces. Right?
Yeah, so you can have two looking up.
Yes, yeah, this is not the way to do it, but sometimes it works. Like I used this technique where I had these, actually I have them open, right? Dick spots, like in Animal Crossing.
Oh, right, yeah. Alright, let me just get your screen so I can see it.
And yeah, so I projected from this view and it worked. Right.
So,
but it's not useful always, but they also have cylindrical projection and cube projection and stuff like that, and those also help in some situations.
Right, okay. So, okay, one of the questions I think I have is, because you can unwrap different, I can imagine like why you'd want to do this. For example, you might want to draw if you were actually like painting the face, say, you'd want to like have that together. So you'd want to do something where you unwrap that as like a group. But then you have to unwrap everything as well.
Yeah, like in a cartoon style, you'd have this is more like a rectangular head, right? And so you can get away with the projection. Yeah, that projection. But let's go and smart UV out this character, shall we?
Probably a good idea, because I don't know how I'd do it otherwise. But let me just
select all.
Hold on, I just want to do it. Yeah, it's just based on literally on the view. That's why we had to go and face to the front. But I'd imagine just before we do that. So would you do something like you just do a normal some like normal UV and then you might on top of that. So let's say we do that, but then you might take some of these and wrap them in a way where the order's more important.
Yeah, so yeah, let's go and unwrap it with a different technique. And then select all.
Yeah,
you can
so
see all, right? Then
yeah,
you can separate it and move it away in the UV, and that way you can organize your UV.
Yeah, so we know like the face would be up here then.
Yes, yes.
But you have to do everything for like everything has to be UV'd in some shape or form.
Yeah.
You can kind of see how this is done. This looks like the arms or the legs here. Yeah, it's interesting.
But also seaming the character properly also help us get through this easily. But
Okay.
if you can seam it properly, though, I don't know how to seam characters properly.
Live and wrap. Interesting. I think that'll regenerate it each time you change the seams, which is interesting.
Yes, yes.
But okay, so let's do the auto. You said right, smart.
Yeah.
Do we need a weight on an island on this?
We should have some margins. Otherwise, when you're painting on the mesh, you have bleeding, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I can kind of. This is the side of the belly. I can see that. There's the other side with the neck.
It's not too bad, but let's go and try the stretching thing I showed you earlier.
Right.
In the tool view.
This.
Yes. And then
view.
Overlays.
Okay, so we can.
So you have some cyan locations that are stretching, but it doesn't look so bad. So actually, if you can select those vertices, for example, on the bottom left, you have a cyan thing, right?
Yeah,
that one. Select one of the vertices and play, move it, and you will see it's changing color. And you're fixing or getting the resolution worse.
Yeah.
I can also do this trick to fix it. But this makes it harder for you to you'll get the shape a little weird, and then it's harder for you to draw it.
Yeah. Okay. You do a rough automated UVing, then you manually edit and put done elements outside of the UV square. And once all elements are done, you put the elements back into the square and scale them based on how much detail should be available. Is that like if it's solid color in that? I guess you mean Uno with the scale. Or if you've got like a texture, a repeating texture.
So I think they had this option. So can you select everything on the UV?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was it? There's a UV menu item in the UV window, and seams from islands.
Seams from islands, yeah.
Yeah, so what it basically does is that it creates seams out of the separate objects on your UV window.
Right. Would we then need
to... how it seamed your object?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see stupid seams there. Like, what is that?
Yeah. So then could you...
Yeah, it's the scale in the UV window is basically for resolution and texture detail. So you want, for example, you want the finger textures to be smaller than the face ones.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So this is automatically generated a scene for us. We don't. If I changed any of these, I'd need to regenerate it then, I guess, right?
Yes.
Then it's like, so for example, this could just come straight across here. Rather than have this separate, this could be part of
For
that.
example, you can see that it separated the neck from the head. But
yeah.
I mean, as I remember, most of the games have neck joined to the head in the UVs.
Right. So like get rid of these lines along here.
But also maybe in this character it makes sense. It has a different color in the head, maybe.
Yeah. For things like this, then I should be able to like get rid of those seams. Here. And like this is messed up as well. So I'll probably get rid of these. And this should probably go across here instead. Let's get rid of those. Mark it up there. Does the character already have a name? Important question. Generic Dan, that sounds like a good name.
I mean, this approach wouldn't, I'm not sure if it will help us, but like, let's right now unwrap it and see what's different.
Yeah,
or is it too broken?
Yeah, I'll just fix a couple of other quick things and then.
You can never stop a Dan trying to fix a thing.
It's things that make more sense. Like if you want to be painting them together. I don't even know if we need this arm seamed.
Yeah, you can remove one of the horizontals, two of them actually, to have it more rectangular, like one rectangle shape for the whole arm, right?
Yeah. We could probably do this one as well. Or just let it have the seam on the back instead. Clear the seam there. That marks it all as one. Right, okay. I mean, realistically, down there would be nicer, but I'm not going to change that for your sake.
Thank you. Thoughtful.
Uh-oh. Clean sharp. I don't know what sharp was. I didn't know. Oops.
So remember Mixamo had smooth faces?
Ah, yeah.
So you can actually set some edges as sharp edges. So that way, even if you have smooth faces everywhere, Blender will make sure that those edges will look sharp.
Right, okay. Interesting, thank you. Alright, it's not great, but it's better than it was.
Can you try to remove the cheek seams?
Oh, like these ones?
Is that the... Okay, let's keep them, yeah. Let's look at the UV, then we can research more.
Okay.
Actually, it's a better approach to often unwrap.
So we can, you can turn on, should we just put that option on? The live unwrapping?
I don't know, I don't use it much with.
Okay, so we can now see...
We have less objects, less islands.
Yeah, I guess if things are chunked together as well, it's not a bad thing. It's quite good. I'm going to try putting this option on and see how it works then, this live unwrap, because I'd imagine it's... it's weird with the mirror modifier, I guess, because it's always going to create an extra seam. But it's not the end of the world. And this actually shouldn't be its separate one, I don't think.
Check which one is the hand in the UV.
Okay, so the hand is over... I wish I could still like see them all, but not...
Yeah, probably there is something where you can do that, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair, mate.
Can you disable the X-ray? Yeah.
Oh, I just enabled it.
Okay, so sorry. Can you hide the skeleton?
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay. You want it to not to be in front. I just said hide.
Oh, it's in. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. I didn't think. Yeah, it'd be nice to see that tab to go between edit mode and object mode. For which reason?
Yeah, I didn't understand why you said that either.
I'm not sure if there's
not using the object mode here at all.
Oh, was it to hide this, you mean?
Yeah, maybe he thought you're going to select the skeleton and press H.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I was trying to find the always in front thing on it. No problem. Thank you for trying to help us, okay. Yeah, so UV's tab.
In the meantime, can we create an image texture and see the UV grid on the character as well?
Okay.
See how it stretches on the character.
So is this what we did last time? The new thing?
Create new. Select the UV grid. And instead of blank. We don't need the alpha, but it's not important.
Okay.
Alright. You can turn off the stretching, by the way. Okay. It's just getting in the way right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide this thing altogether.
You can drag and scale it down from the left side, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And remember how we applied in the texture in the material, choosing the material tab.
Down here,
yeah. You don't have a material for the object, maybe.
Yeah.
A new.
So should we make a new one for it?
Yeah, base color. No, I meant to say go to base color and change it to image texture instead of a color. A circle icon. Image texture. You can also do this in nodes in the shading tab, but this is faster, I believe. And remember to change the render mode.
Up here.
Yeah, perfect. Well, it looks good actually.
In which way? What, seeing if they still looks like a grid and there's not massive stretchy bits?
Yeah, and the grids look like identical. The squares.
In size, scale.
Yes, in size.
That's pretty cool, Kuiper. How does that work?